It's May 7th, 2014. There's a speck on a fucking hill. And this is your Fortean Slip News. What is it? Squamish County? Is that what it's called?
I don't know if it's a county.
Nah, it's just something. Yeah,
counties, right?
Yeah, something like in British Columbia.
Yes.
Okay, out of Squamish. We'll just call it out of Squamish.
Out of Squamish.
British Columbia. We have
out of Squamish experience.
We have this footage that came out a couple of weeks ago. For some reason, I didn't fucking see it. I try to fucking make sure I see everything, and I missed this one.
How on earth did you miss this one?
I fucking missed it.
It's that large stone he lives beneath.
Yeah, it impedes me from fucking doing and seeing anything. But yeah,
even I saw this one.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad. Chris.
You watch all kinds of shit on the internet. You just don't watch TV and movies.
Yeah, if it had been a major theatrical release, you wouldn't have seen it.
If Squamish had been on the big screen, Steve would be like, "Huh?
What's Squamish?
What's a big screen?"
Squamish by James Cameron.
All right, and I want to know that this motherfucker will not go see Godzilla because he's thrifty, but he goes out and eats fucking McDonald's. Go fuck yourself.
Listen, since January, I've only been to McDonald's twice.
All right.
It happened to be in the same week, but
yeah, I finally watched this fucking video. And it is out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, they are out in the middle of nowhere, and whatever that is, the speck on the hill, the thing, like I was talking with you guys before we started, it moves pretty damn fast for a speck on a hill down in what would probably be pretty deep snow.
I would assume that would be very difficult to terrain to walk on.
What you were looking down into in that valley or whatever you'd want to call it. But from watching the video, that thing seems like it traverses over the ground pretty fast. Now, I'm not saying that, that isn't completely possible that it could be a person traversing over the ground that fast, but that whatever that thing is moving pretty fast. But I mean, still, it doesn't really show anything.
Well, I think that's what makes it so fascinating to people looking at it, because you can't tell what it is. So it could be a Bigfoot.
Yep.
There's nothing in the video to say that it's not. Right.
It could be, it very well could be. It could be a person. I guess.
I would highly doubt that is a person.
Right. I mean the possibility's there, though, Steve.
No.
The possibility is there. But in that location, like, I don't even if it was a person, how whoever would have gotten down into that area. I mean, I know obviously it's possible to traverse over rough terrain, but why?
Well, as fast as that thing was moving, I just can't see it being a person.
The few details about it are these, I guess, two guys were hiking. Now, keep in mind, these guys are hiking. They're like in the mountains where you're supposed to be. So this thing is not anywhere near where humans are supposed to be at while traversing this area. And they spot this thing. They video it. Well, now it's come out that the guy that videoed it is a wildlife biologist, and that he sat on this video for like 2 years before he actually put it up on the internet or anything. And he claims that from where they were, even though it doesn't show this sort of detail in the video, that he could tell it wasn't wearing snowshoes, and he is certain you would have to have snowshoes to walk through that area because of the depth of the snow. And it doesn't have a backpack on of any kind, which you would need for climbing and surviving in that area.
Right. I mean, I don't know how far they were as far as the trails go from any, civilized land. I don't know personally. But from the vantage that you can see from when he spins the camera around, I've been in areas like that, and that shit's remote.
Yeah.
I mean, I have pictures down into the, the valleys in the White Mountains, and I've hiked, I'd hiked 6 miles in to the peak of this mountain, and then looking down into the valley, which, it's just vast nothingness. And then the
Right.
areas that I drive up into in these areas, there's no houses, or the houses are so spotted, on the way up in there. So you're just out in you're out in nothing.
Yeah, and you can see in the video there's no trails or signs of human activity in this valley or whatever the thing is in.
Right.
So, once again, it doesn't make sense for a person to be where that object is. And it's difficult to judge distance, but since it's down in that valley and they're up on the trail area and you can see the other 3 sides of the area, that would take a really long time for a person to get from where they are on the trail to where that thing is.
Well, they said where they shot it from was a 300-meter sheer face, drop off. So to get down in there, and you can see from the video itself that the rest of that is the same way all the way around that valley.
Yeah.
And
whatever
that thing's fucking stride and pace does not change. At least it doesn't seem to me as it's going up the hill.
And whatever it is, it seems very familiar with
the terrain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I've hiked, quite a bit, and when I'm in good shape, right now I'm in kind of shitty shape, but when I'm in good shape, I can move on the trail. But when I start going up, I slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. And this thing was traveling through snow and going uphill.
Our buddy Phil Poling did sort of a breakdown. He blew the video up, and instead of being a small speck on a hill, once he did the the analysis of it, it was a large
speck on a hill.
On a hill, yeah. So it's hard to tell what it is.
But the thing about that is, a lot of people have claimed, oh, that's a bear. I believe it's a bear moving away from the camera. But at one point towards the end, it turns sideways and starts going upwards even more, a steeper incline.
Right.
And in the stabilized and zoomed version that Phil did, the object, although it doesn't reveal any detail, the whole time it remains taller than it is wide. Mm-hmm. Even whenever it turns sideways.
Right.
Well, if it's an animal on all fours, it's going to be wider than it is tall.
Yeah, you'd notice a change in the shape.
Right.
As it changes direction.
You guys convinced me. It's a Bigfoot.
I'm not saying it's a Bigfoot. I said it was a speck on a fucking hill.
Yeah, it's a speck.
I don't care now. I believe it's a Bigfoot.
You heard it here on the Fortean Slip, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Alcorn believes that the Squamish video is a Bigfoot.